Hey YouTubers, it's Sandy with Spare Time. And guess what we're back doing today? We're gonna tackle the office closet today. Got a little bit of a late start today, so I don't know how much I'm gonna do. Technically, I'm a little sore from the other day. Yesterday was a day off pretty much. I had to do errands, had to go get more paint and everything. So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can done in this little bit of spare time that I have. So we're gonna get to it and come along with me. YouTubers, wanted to hop on here and kind of give you a little tip for today. Yeah, I think it's a tip anyway. You might already know it, maybe something else that you use that's better, but as you know, I've been painting my shelves for the closet. To help, I lay them on 2x4s, little pieces of 2x4s that we've cut, scrap wood pretty much. So I'll pop it on top of there, but when you go to flip it over, sometimes that 2x4 can scratch that newly paint because, you know, it doesn't cure unless it sits for, 24 hours. So when you go to flip it to do another coat, it will scratch or ding up the side that you've already painted. So you don't want that to happen. So what I did was I started putting, I don't know if you can see that, pieces of parchment paper on top of the 2x4, and pretty much parchment paper is non-stick, so the paint gets on there, it won't stick to it and it won't peel it off. So as long as it's dry enough to flip over, if it's still wet, it's possible it can stick to it, but pretty much I have not had one stick to it and pull off any paint. So thought that was a good tip. You let me know if it was helpful or not. Hope it helped. Bye. hop on here real quick and kind of explain something. I'm pretty sure y'all were noticing that I have plugins up there. It's kind of funny being so far up, but that is actually going to be the new home for our internet. So we're going to put a little shelf up there. Everything's going to go up there nice and neat. No cords hanging all the way from the floor. I was telling my husband, I was like, pretty much everybody has internet. So why not make it accessible and put it up there? And it's got plenty of plugs. So if expansion you need to, we put a couple up there. And then the coaxial is coming in from Suddenlink. We have Suddenlink here, but also it will have a Cat 5 or Cat 6 RAN later on. We don't use that, we use the coaxial. So just to let y'all know, that's why the plug's so high. Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here and show you something else that we kind of working on, and I'm pretty sure it kind of boggled your mind a little bit. But if you can see, we have these slots that are in the closet wall, and there is shiplap behind all this sheetrock. What it is I left a gap for these railings for my shelves, and they fit in there just like that. If we wouldn't have left the gap, then they would have stuck out, and then you would have had a gap with your shelf that stuff can fall behind. So we went ahead and left it. Originally there was paneling on the wall, and that gave that enough gap. So we took down the paneling and decided to go back and reuse the shelving mechanism because it's awesome. It's functional, it works. All these little bitty holes in here, you can move the shelf however you want it, and they're everywhere on the brackets. So we got enough, we're gonna put it all in. That whole wall pretty much is gonna be shelves, and that's the shelves that I'm painting. So just to let you know what that was, and back to painting. We are done with the closet. I did manage to put 2 coats onto there and I finished out a whole can. I did cut in around the ceiling with paintbrush and some of the corners. I do have a little roller that I like to use on the baseboards and stuff like that that has a rounded end that I usually take and do the ceilings and stuff. But today, I'm just gonna do that. I have to come back and do the ceiling anyway, so I'll come back and touch all that up. One more little bitty coat, won't matter. So, done with that. I'm tired, I'm hot, and I still gotta clean up. So with that being said, I probably will not be working in the house tomorrow. My husband is off, so we are planning on doing some gardening. We have some little sapling tomatoes that we need to put in some buckets. We're gonna try container planting this year and see if that works for us. And then do some stuff around the yard and everything. I might get ambitious and actually get on here and videotape some of it. Might be kind of helpful, see what we're doing. But other than that, I'm done for today. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey everybody, not completely done. When I started cleaning up, I noticed that I might actually have tip number 2 for today. And my tip is, if you have a roller that you're going to be using again the next day, and you don't want to clean it because it takes forever to dry and tired of throwing them away and buying new ones, all you have to do is take some saran wrap and wrap that whole roller. Kind of do like a double layer, make sure the ends are pretty tight, squish it on there. I've actually had one of these last like this for 7 days. Don't get me wrong, the temperature wasn't completely scorching hot, but it did last for 7 days and was still being able to use it when I got back to it. Now, every day when I go back and forth from my project, from the shelves to the painting the room, I'll just stick my whole roller in a Ziploc bag and just wrap it up really good. That way it won't dry out and get little crusties on it. But at the end of the day, all I do is take this little bag, hold it like so, pull it off, get it down to the bottom there. Get all that air out, roll it up, and it's good to use the next day. Keeps it airtight. The only reason why I do use the saran wrap on this one is that it is a little bit difficult to squeeze this big roller inside the Ziploc bag. But if you happen to have a bigger size Ziploc bag, that was a gallon size, and it's a little tricky getting it in and out, especially on the handle. But if you have a bigger bag, you're welcome to use that for your bigger size rollers. And it's convenient too because I'm also going back and forth between 2 different types of paint. This is flat paint, and then this one is for glossy paint. Glossy is for my shelves, so I use glossy with that. Then when I go to the office, like to do the edging out, the baseboards up near the ceiling and stuff, I use the flat. So 1 handle, 2 different rollers. And then I don't have to worry about getting them mixed up and them drying out if I just so happen don't get back to it. But hope that helped. It helps me, and like I said, 7 days, I can't complain. So now I'm really done for today. All right, see you later. Bye.